Mike McCarthy to the Dallas Cowboys all but confirms that I have correctly predicted Super Bowl 58, the Dallas Cowboys to win Super Bowl 58 over at Louisiana. Mike McCarthy to the Dallas Cowboys. Coach McCarthy has gematria of 58. He is going to win Super Bowl 58 for the Dallas Cowboys. It is the Dallas Cowboys that also has gematria of 58. The team from the Star State to review is going to win the Super Bowl. I like how it is Star and it is Dallas that both equal 13, and the Cowboys Star happens to be their logo. It's completely scripted after all. Look at where Mike McCarthy won his Super Bowl title over at. Super Bowl 45 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are from Mike McCarthy's hometown of Pittsburgh. Super Bowl 45 was over at Arlington, Texas. The Green Bay Packers won that Super Bowl. Super Bowl 45 was over at the Stadium of the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy has been bought to the Dallas Cowboys to win the Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy is winning the Super Bowl. It is Mike McCarthy that has gematria 57. Take a look at what 57 is all about. 57... Super Bowl and championship. Ultimately, Aaron Rodgers is going to be exposed as a prima donna that he is. He's still going to make it to the Super Bowl someday, but ultimately, it's not really a good sign for Aaron Rodgers if Mike McCarthy is the man to lead Dak Prescott to the promised land. And he is going to lead him to the promised land. Dak Prescott is winning the Super Bowl with Mike McCarthy, as I've stated before. Now let's take a look at Mike McCarthy's coaching victories, or just what age he is going to be at the time of Super Bowl 58. So he would be 60 years old. 60 is a 6 year, is a 6 age. Mike McCarthy was born at Pittsburgh. The next team to win their 6th Super Bowl is going to be the Dallas Cowboys and the Pittsburgh native Mike McCarthy. The Steelers were the first to 6 Super Bowl titles. Mike McCarthy in his career has 135 victories when you include the regular season and the postseason. This is where you're getting the gematria reference of the Cowboys. Now, going back to Mike McCarthy's birthday. So this is 2019. So, of course, that is going to be the year 2023. November the 10th of the year 23 is a birthday numerology of 44. What's significant about that is that it is Champions that has gematria of 44. 44 and 64. It is the Zionist elite out there that rig and script the world of sports. And this is no different. So let's go to the list of future Super Bowls, because that is where we are going to get the meaning of the date of the Super Bowl for Super Bowl 58. They need to show the future Super Bowl. So Super Bowl 58 is on February the 4th. February the 4th, the 35th day of the year in 2024, like I've said before. Prescott has gematria 35. Mike McCarthy is going to coach him up to a Super Bowl. Super Bowl 45. And then 13 years later, Mike McCarthy is going to win the Super Bowl. 13 years later, he is going to win the Super Bowl. Mike McCarthy is going to win another Super Bowl to end his career. Aaron Rodgers is not going to win a Super Bowl to end his career. This guy is a bitter little girl who's even been banished from his family. He doesn't want to communicate with his family because Aaron Rodgers is a spoiled, pompous child. And he is a spoiled, pompous child. He wants to sabotage a coach. This guy's one of the modern day prima donnas that you've come across. Aaron Rodgers. And I'm just stating the facts, and I hate the Dallas Cowboys. '86. I'd have to derive more meaning with that, but notice how this is coming in the 13th week since Mike McCarthy's birthday. But he is going to win the Super Bowl. The main thing to look out for is M being the 13th letter. Mike McCarthy winning the Super Bowl 13 years later. Mike McCarthy having 135 coaching wins with the Packers. Mike McCarthy winning Super Bowl 45 over at the stadium with the Dallas Cowboys. Coach McCarthy winning Super Bowl 58, as I have already stated by the numbers. He is going to win the Super Bowl. The Cleveland Browns have done it again. Coach Mike John McCarthy, 79. It's champion, that's 79. I really like that a lot. The Kansas City Chiefs are actually the Dallas Cowboys in Super Bowl 58. The Oakland Raiders. That's what I have to go with for an opponent. But this is just the beginning. Coach McCarthy coaching the G, and now Mike McCarthy is the guy who's going to lead the Dallas Cowboys to the Super Bowl. '63, the year of the rabbit. We'll talk more about why Mike McCarthy is coaching this quarterback in Dallas.